From Colorado State University, this is the Emmy Award-winning Campus Television. Owned and operated by the Colorado State Student Body, Campus Television, covering the news, sports, arts, and entertainment of campus.
How's it going, Ram fans? Welcome back for the last show of the fall semester. One last time, I'm John Vu.
It has been a pleasure to bring you guys sports news every Tuesday. As always, I'm Hunter Strand. Here's what we got on tap for you tonight.
Colorado State hockey secures a win over in-state rival in the Colorado Buffaloes, and in similar fashion, men's basketball also defeats the Buffs at home in Moby Arena.
Women's basketball splits their weekend going 1-1 with a win over Southern Utah and falling short to Utah. Meanwhile, track heads up to Laramie for the Wyoming Invite.
All that and more right here on CTV Sports, which starts right now. Colorado State men's basketball was busy this last Saturday in what was seen as one of the biggest games of the season as they faced their Rocky Mountain Showdown rival in the undefeated 8-0 Colorado Buffaloes. And oh, it did not disappoint. After losing to the Buffs in what can be seen as a blowout just a year ago, the Rams looked to flip the script in what would be a big state-time win against one of the biggest teams in the nation. From the jump, it was the dynamic duo of Josh Pascarelli and Kyle Jorgenson who led the way for the green and gold yet again. In the 20 minutes on play, it was Pascarelli who took the spotlight, hitting 5 quick threes in the first half alone. And while Pascarelli started off hot, Kyle Jorgenson matched his energy as going into halftime, the sophomore forward had 7 points of his own. With the two leading the way, the Rams found themselves in prime position going into halftime as CSU found themselves up with a 48-41 lead. Out of the break, the Rams continued the relentless shooting, which propelled their lead up to 13 with only 14:42 left in the game. And while it looked as if the Rams were pulling away, it was the visiting Buffs who responded, going on a 16-0 run of their own and ultimately stealing the lead in just under 5 minutes. With under 10 minutes to go, the Rams and Buffs battled it out, going back and forth, going shot for shot, each team ultimately unable to pull away, and with the game clock dwindling, the true question was who wanted it more. Even with the ultimate outcome a couple games prior, Josh Pascarelli didn't let that deter him, as after a Jevin Muniz layup, Pascarelli hit a clutch jumper to push the lead to 3 with 33 seconds to go. With the game on the line, it was Kyle Jorgenson yet again delivering, as it was after a big-time defensive stop for Coach Ollie's unit that led to a pair of Kyle Jorgenson free throws that gave him the opportunity to ultimately ice the game. With the lights shining bright, Jorgenson delivered, hitting both free throws and pushing the lead to 4 with only 21 seconds remaining. From there, it was the Buffs were just simply unable to get anything to drop, and ultimately shutting the door for the Rams to claim the Rocky Mountain Showdown victory with a final score of 91-86 in what was seen as a back-and-forth battle. Unbeaten no more after big-time statement wins, the Rams now improved to 7-2 on the season, now riding a 3-game winning streak going into their game. Here's what head coach Ollie Farokmanesh had to say post-game.
Two good teams like this, it creates an atmosphere like that, and you can't really get a whole lot better than from an offensive standpoint, 91-86 game. But that's what makes this rivalry fun, and it's everything that you want about it. And huge credit to Colorado. That's a really good basketball team that we just beat. And like I said earlier, Tad Boyle is one of the best coaches in the country. He's probably the best coach in the history of Colorado. And whenever it's done for him, though, it's been fun watching his teams over the years and being a fan of them. They're a good program, and he's done a hell of a job at Colorado, too. Moby Madness is the best. And I told those guys, they had felt good crowds up to that point. Like, we had some really good crowds up to this game. But that was a full experience of Moby Madness, and there's nothing better than Moby Madness. I know Tim Miles used to talk about it, Nico Medved used to talk about it, and I didn't know what that meant until I got here. And the first time that I got to experience it, it feels different. And then that's what Coach Foster and some of those new guys said it. Dave said he felt it from the other side of it and didn't like it. But so it was great for those guys to feel it. It was great for our guys. Like, for them to feel that atmosphere and feeling that environment, that's in the Mountain West, that's what it's going to be every night. So it's great for them to feel that. Now it's just about the process of how we get there. And I'll celebrate for a little bit tonight, and then I'll probably watch Dartmouth tonight.
In the end, it was the trio of Josh Pascarelli, Kyle Jorgenson, and Jevin Muniz who led the way for the Rams, as the trio accounted for 59 of the Rams' total 91 points. A big-time win for the Rams nonetheless. However, the focus now shifts to today, as the Rams should be tipping off right about now in Moby Arena against the 3-4 Dartmouth Big Green in their second-to-last non-conference matchup. We'll have a in-show update for you later in the show, so stay tuned for that, along with our Pick Ems for today's fair.
State walked into Sunday's matchup against Southern Utah knowing something had to shift. After back-to-back losses, the Rams needed more than just a win. They needed a reset. And in a 70-47 statement victory inside Moby Arena, they finally showed a more intentional, more disciplined version of themselves. Early on, Southern Utah came out firing from deep, hitting 5 of their first 8 threes. A week ago, that kind of start might have rattled CSU. But this time, the Rams adjusted. Possession by possession, they tightened their defense, closed out shooters, and refused to give up clean looks. By halftime, the momentum swung. By the third quarter, SUSU's shooting had cooled completely. But one of the biggest differences, discipline. Southern Utah typically lives at the free throw line, averaging 25 attempts per game, but CSU held them without a single trip to the stripe until into the late second half. The Rams kept the ball in front, avoided careless fouls, and fouled the Thunderbirds into tough looks they couldn't convert. On the offensive end, the Rams made every touch count. Lexus Bargesser put together her best performance of the season, dropping 23 points and 5 assists while controlling the game's tempo from start to finish. Forward Lexi Didden added 9 points, a season high in minutes, bringing energy on the glass and extending crucial possessions. In the end, Sunday didn't feel like a complete transition. It felt like a recentering team choosing intention over reaction, structure over panic. CSU didn't solve everything, but they didn't need to. What they did was show that their ceiling is higher than the last 2 weeks suggested. As they head into the challenging stretch of road games, the Rams know they can build on this win. If they can carry forward the discipline, depth, and urgency they showed against Southern Utah, they'll continue growing into the team they believe they can be.
Colorado State track and field was busy this last weekend as they traveled upstream for what would be their first meet of the season for the Wyoming Invite, and let's just say the Rams came out hot. In over 20-plus field and running events, the green and gold showed out with multiple first-place finishes, starting with junior Kajsa Borrman in the women's weight throw with a final throw of 21.12 meters. Borman's impressive performance was just the start, as it was senior Makayla Long with a 16.23 meter long in the women's shot put that also earned her a first-place finish. While it was the 2 stellar performance from the upperclassmen, it was true freshman Taylor Waters getting in on the action with a first-place finish of his own in the men's pole vault event with a finish of 5.03 meters in the 8-man field. While the field team showed out, they weren't the only team who showed out, as it was the running team continuing the momentum with having more first-place finishes of their own. In the women's 600-meter run, it was junior Grace Gordon with an impressive finish of 1:27 finish that pushed her over the top, winning yet another event for the green and gold. Along with Gordon's strong performance, senior Neja Jamison had her own running of a time of 8.02 in the women's 55 hurdles, also earning herself a first-place finish. Jamison's performance wasn't the only Ram athlete with a strong 55 time, as freshman Owen Langdon finished with a time of 7.29, which also earned himself a first-place finish. When it was all said and done, the Rams had an impressive 8 first-place finishes through 26 total events. A strong first outing, to say the least, for the green and gold, as they now shift their focus to this weekend as they travel south to the Colorado Springs for the UCCS pre-holiday invite and multis this Friday and Saturday. After this weekend's meet in the Springs, the Rams will then have a month off for the holiday break until their next event, as they'll then travel to Boulder for the CU Potts Invite on January 16th and 17th.
Just beat Colorado on Friday night. They took the ice at Epic looking like a team skating toward a statement. Under the December lights and in front of one of their loudest home crowds of the season. The Rams powered past the rival Buffaloes with a 4-2 victory that felt exactly like a rivalry win should. Fast, physical, and full of attitude. From the opening faceoff, CSU played like a group, determined to set the tone. The Rams attacked the neutral zone with speed, won the puck, battled, and refused to sit back. That pressure paid off just 6 minutes into the first period when a broken CU clearance turned into a quick slot feed and a lasered wrist shot that sent the student section into a frenzy. Colorado State answered with a goal late in that period, but only fueled CSU's fire. Coming out of the first intermission, the Rams looked even stronger, stacking through crisp passing sequences and long possession, heavy shifts in the offensive zone. Their second goal, a blue line timer deflected through traffic, reclaimed the lead. The third period belonged completely to the Rams. Their forecheck tightened and their hits got heavier. Their confidence grew with every shift. A shorthanded breakaway goal midway through the frame electrified the building and pushed the lead to 3-1. And even when Colorado cut into the lead with a late power play goal, CSU never looked rattled. Instead, they just answered with one final insurance tally in the closing minutes, sealing a night that pushed the rivalry needle firmly back towards Fort Collins. When the final horn sounded, the Rams flooded their goalie, gloves in the air, helmets up, and the emotion pouring out. It wasn't just a win. It was a payoff for a month of grinding for consistency, and against CU, it always means just a little more.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what?
Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Even with the hiring of new head coach Jim Mora, Colorado State football still had one of the most important off-season tasks at large, recruiting and signing day. Hunter and I took a deep dive into a few of the recruits that the Rams signed this last Wednesday on signing day. The first of two recruits on our list were originally committed to UConn, but after the coaching change and with the hiring of Jim Mora, both recruits reopened their recruiting process before ultimately signing with the Green and Gold this last Wednesday. The first recruit on tonight's list is three-star quarterback Carter Emanuel out of Orlando, Florida. The 6'2", 205-pound dual-threat quarterback threw for a total of 3,931 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, along with rushing for 815 yards and 9 rushing touchdowns throughout his career at Edgewater High School. Emanuel will now join a quarterback room with many questions revolving who will be the day one starter in the Rams' home opener against border war rival in the Wyoming Cowboys. Emanuel will ultimately have an opportunity to compete for the starting job come September 5th. Looking into Emanuel's recruiting process, the 122nd nationally ranked quarterback received 27 total offers from schools ranging from UConn, Arkansas, Pittsburgh, UCF, and West Virginia. And even with originally being committed to Connecticut, Emanuel reconsidered where he wanted to take his talents, and after Jim Mora departed from the Huskies for the Colorado State position. Emanuel was one of the many young talents that decided their talents would be best utilized in Fort Collins. The second recruit on our list is three-star defensive back Xavier Wimbush out of Ashburn, Virginia. The 6-foot, 195-pound defensive back registered 89 total tackles, 4 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, and 1 forced fumble that resulted with a fumble recovery touchdown across his career at Stonebridge High School. Along with his impressive statistics, Wimbush has earned himself first-team All-District in the past 2 seasons, making him one of the best defensive backs in the Ashburn area. Xavier isn't the only one in the family that got Division I attention, as his brother played at Virginia Tech, along with his father also playing collegiate football at James Madison. Looking into Wimbush's recruiting process, the 56th ranked recruit in Virginia received 14 total offers from schools ranging from Buffalo, UConn, Liberty, and Old Dominion. And while originally being committed to UConn, just like Carter Emanuel, Wimbush reconsidered his recruiting, with the final decision being to commit to Colorado State as well this last Wednesday. The first
player I want to bring up is three-star receiver from Oakland, California, Yassine Jackson. Brings a dynamic edge to Colorado State's blend of explosive athleticism, confidence, and playmaking ability. That instantly raises the ceiling of the roster, whether it's creating scoring opportunities, elevating the team's pace, or providing a spark in the critical moments. Jackson has the tools to become a difference maker for the Rams. His presence doesn't just add depth, it adds momentum, and CSU stands to benefit every time he steps on the field. The next player is a three-star cornerback from Rancho, California. Justin Lewis arrives at Colorado State as a long, athletic cornerback with a real upside, standing at 6'2", with range, physicality, and ability to play tight. Coverage on the outside, his length and speed give CSU a true boundary presence, something that can immediately help limit big plays, and match up with the top receivers in the Mountain West. Lewis also brings strong run-supporting traits, showing a willingness to tackle in space and close on ball carriers with confidence. As he continues to develop technique and footwork, he has the potential to become a lockdown corner for the Rams, adding depth, competition, and high ceiling to a CSU secondary looking to take a big step forward. Stay tight, Rams. After the break, feature reporter Devin has an exclusive interview with former CSU Ram and NBA player Neja Clifford down at Ball Arena.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back from the break, everyone. A couple weeks back, a CSU legend returned to Denver. Neja Clifford, former CSU men's basketball star and first-round NBA draft pick this summer, is currently playing for the Sacramento Kings. The Kings played the Denver Nuggets on November 22nd, and I had the special opportunity to go and catch up with Neja prior to the game.
Neja Clifford, coast to coast with the hammer.
I'm at Ball Arena, where I'm going to talk to Neja Clifford, former CSU Ram and first-round draft pick. We're here to find out how CSU prepared him for the next level.
Man, CSU changed my life, honestly. Like, I wasn't really in position to go play in the NBA my first 3 years of college, so those last 2 years at CSU really changed everything. Just around a good group of people, guys that really believed in me and helped me just better myself on and off the court, and it was a great situation for me, so that's home.
New Rams head coach Ali Farouk-Manesh was originally a key recruiter on the staff prior to his promotion. Farouk-Manesh was the main man in recruiting Neja Clifford to CSU when he entered the transfer portal, and the two remain connected as Clifford continues to watch him in his new role.
Nah, he gonna do a great job, man. They got a really good squad this year. They gonna go through some ups and downs and bumps and bruises just like any other team, but they got all the talent and all the pieces that they need to be successful.
Another next-level Ram is Isaiah Stevens, who is currently on a two-way contract also with the Sacramento Kings. Him and Clifford are now reunited as they were teammates at CSU in Stevens' senior year.
That's my dude, man. I was super close with him in college, so it's been crazy. You can't even write the story that we are together again in Sacramento, like of all places. So it's super cool having him there. He's one of my best friends, so we hang out all the time when we're back in Sac together.
As Clifford makes the leap into the NBA, he finds himself in a newfound role with the Kings as a rookie, as he's playing alongside many NBA veterans and now also coming off of the bench.
It's been an adjustment, going from college, you playing a lot of minutes, the whole game dang near. So it's a good group that we have, a lot of guys I can learn from, a great coaching staff that's helping me adjust as well.
The Kings are currently near the bottom of the Western Conference standings, and Clifford has been able to carve out 17.5 minutes per game so far in his rookie season. With new challenges coming his way, he looks to improve and stay the course.
I love the challenge of it, so it's only going to continue to get better and better.
For CTV Sports, I'm Devin Imsirpasic. Clifford and the Kings defeated the Nuggets that night 128-123, and Clifford got the opportunity to play in front of hundreds of family, friends, and even Ram fans in attendance. We appreciate Neja taking the time to talk to us, and we wish him the best in the remainder of his rookie season. Stick around after the break for Pick Ems, where John, Hunter, and I will break down some of the big matchups of the week.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. Before we get into the last pick-ems of this last semester, let's check out and see how men's basketball is doing right now in Moby Arena. So it looks like the Rams are at 15-10 right now, have a 96-point chance to win. Looks like Kyle Jorgenson scored the first basket, and Brandon Reckensteiner has 2 threes so far. What are you guys' thoughts on this game so far?
Should be interesting. I hope CSU just closes out the game. Big time win, continue their win streak.
Yeah, I expect him to stay high. I want to see if Pascarelli can keep up that hot streak.
He's been cooking lately.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we don't have too much time. Our first game and only game is Broncos versus Packers. Well, I'll let you start because we got a Packers fan here, don't we?
I'll be in attendance for this one. It's going to be a great game. The 11-2 Broncos versus the 9-3-1 Packers. I think the Packers are going to do exactly what they did to the Bears last week and just expose them for what they are. I don't know how the Broncos have won 10 in a row. The Packers take this one, I think, 30-10.
Yeah, I just think that the Broncos have the best defense in the league, and I think that's going to be able to stop the Packers' offense. I'm sorry, Hunter, but I'm taking the Broncos.
I'm picking the hometown team as well. I think the Broncos defense is just going to demolish Love under pressure.
Okay.
But, yeah, that's all we've got for you tonight, Rams. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.